How's it going, guys? My name is Garrett, and welcome back to another C# Studs tutorial. This time we're doing object-oriented programming. Sadly, this is our last video. I know it's depressing, but we're just going to try to get through this one, and let's go ahead and get started. So what is object-oriented programming? It's actually pretty dumb. It's actually using objects that you create to run code. That's the best way that I like to think about it. So basically what you're doing is you're creating a class, and then you're saying, okay, this is my object, and I can run specific code within that class. So we are going to go to code here. I have an example form. I have a button, a text box, and a label. And I've already defined my example class here, so it's example class.cs. Actually, how you make that, you go into project, click on that, add class, make sure you're in C#, Visual C# items, and then you just type whatever you want to name it, .cs. Since I've already done that, I'm not going to go ahead and add, but if you would, you just hit add here, and it would go ahead and bring this screen up. Actually, it would look something like, let me delete all this. Something like this when it first pops up, so you gotta fill all that in. But I went ahead and wrote some code here. So this is what I started with. So public example class, and then string example. And then basically what I'm doing is taking my collected text and set it equal to example. So what this does is this is a public thing, so anything can access this across my forms here. So form 1 should be able to access that as well. And basically what it does is this is my method name, and it accepts a string called example. So what this does is if I'm going to call upon this example class within my form, I need to have a string in these parentheses here. So basically what this does is it pulls whatever text I send to it from my other form, and it sets it equal to this collected text here. So that's what that does. And then from there, I also have another method. This returns a string here, so public string. So that's my return, and this is my method name. So check text. And basically, what this does, if it checks to see if the collected text that we collected up here, if it's hello, then it's going to return yes sir, and if not, it's going to return no sir. So you're probably wondering, how does this connect to my form? So I'm going to go over here and I'll show you. So upon this button click here, I'm going to go ahead and set my string collected text equal to whatever I input in this text box right here. And then I'm going to initialize my class. So I went ahead and called it swag here. So this is how you define a new class. So this is the class name, example class, which is what that is, equals new example class. And remember how I said it'll ask for a text or a string? So this is what it collects here. So it'll collect that, which I want to collect collected text, which is what I get from my text box. And then from there, I want to set my label1 text equal to swag.checkText. Now this is the method that I told you about. This checks the text to see if it equals hello. So depending on that, so say I type hello into the text box, it's going to start this, and then it's going to send my text box, whatever I put in there, into example class, and then it checks it. And if it is hello, it'll say yes sir. If not, it'll say no sir. So we'll go ahead and run that here. So if I want to say hello, say yes sir. And if I type anything else, not literally, just anything you type in here, it'll say no sir. If I type nothing in there, it'll still say no sir, because it doesn't recognize that hello. So that's kind of how a class works. It's pretty useful if you want to kind of maintain everything within this one little area here. And this is kind of how the bigwigs do it. If you go anywhere to program, this is how they want you to program, is within a class. So let me go ahead and check my rubric here. Making a class, boom. Parts of a class, we kind of touched on that. This is kind of like the initial thing that you want to define here, and this is a function that returns yes sir or no sir. Making and use an object, I kind of explained that. So that entire thing is an object that we initialize here. Sorry. This here swag was our object that we created, and that is an example class object. And then methods and void methods, we can kind of touch on that as well. These are void methods. This is a function because it returns something. If you want to do a void thing in here, you can. It's the same thing as doing a void in here. So based on an event, you can code within here. That's all we got for tonight. I just want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for being so supportive of our channel. It's been awesome working with you guys, and have a great life.